All across Italy, their anger over education cuts overflowed onto the streets. In Pisa, students stormed the city's famous Leaning Tower to send this message to the government: no to the reforms.
What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want?
Money for jobs and education!
It started peacefully, but descended into chaos. Thousands of students marched through central London in a protest dubbed Grants, Not Debt. Violent clashes broke out between police and demonstrators. Sticks and paint bombs were thrown, with one striking our own cameraman.
Guys, get back over the fence, please. Back over the fence.
All across Italy, their anger over education cuts overflowed onto the streets. Pisa, students stormed the city's famous Leaning Tower to send this message to the government: no to the reforms. In Rome, protesters jumped over the turnstiles into the Colosseum.
Sorry about that, we now go live to a student consumed by university life.
I guess I got my degree, or I will get my degree. I've met quite a lot of interesting people. I got to live somewhere that I'd never lived before, do things that I'd never really done before. I wasn't supposed to be doing this course. I sort of showed up on the first day of the induction and went, "Hi, can I join this course?" Yeah, sure, if you're going to do the work. So, I mean, I was here originally to do photography, so that worked out really well for me. I mean, I came here originally because it was cheaper than going to like a big university. And the class sizes were a lot smaller and the uni stats were a lot better. It's a lot of money. Kind of crazy anyway. So I guess I saved money, but I've also spent a lot of money. And I'm now in more debt than just my student debt for being here. I don't think it was worth it. I'm hoping I might be able to make my money back. Maybe, but it's going to take a long time. I've been diagnosed with OCD, but no, it's a lot of stress. And literally got told this morning. Being on this course, it's been rubbish. It's just not really conducive to getting a good night's sleep or knowing what you're doing with your life, really. Hurrah. And instead it's just been one massive bowling over ball of rock after another. People stood outside the front of the college protesting that they've had their hours cut, and we have no hours. And I kind of feel like it was taken away because we didn't have the support network or the people here that needed to be here. I'm not quite sure what their promises actually were to start with, but the promise to me was that I was going to have the support and the help and stuff that I needed to be able to get through my degree at least comfortably. Like, it's just not nice. It's not a nice feeling. I'd do it all again. I would. I wouldn't be married because that made it harder. I think the past year would have been different because I would have fought harder if I had to do it again. I was spending more time writing emails and being in meetings than I was actually being in lessons and doing coursework. If I'd got another year to go, I'd be sat in an office like demanding that something get done. But if I was going to do it again, I think I would probably make sure that I had enough time to get all the stuff done that I needed to get done. But yeah, I'd do it all again, I think.
No one told you life was gonna be this way.
Swim so free, heaven above and the sea below, and a little white whale on the go. 2, 3, 4, baby beluga.
Of Capitol Hill to work out a compromise health care plan, he lost his voice after his State of the Union speech. A roof collapsed at a supermarket in France.
Soccer bopper, more fun than a pillow fight. Blow 'em up.
Fresh out the box. Stop, look and watch. Ready yet? Get set. It's all that.
Before the start of term, you'll want to make sure your student finance is sorted.
But why has college gotten so expensive? In 1980, a year of college cost $3,400. Today, the average cost is more than $23,000. What's going on?
In recent years, states have slashed funding for higher education by 23%. Public institutions have responded by raising tuition rates, forcing students to take out ever larger loans. Why else do you think the colleges have so many f***ing a cappella groups? They know they sound stupid, they just can't afford instruments anymore.
I have about $20,000 in debt.
Roughly $30,000 in student debt.
Between $65,000 and $70,000. I struggle with that.
Would I say that I think people should pay the amount of money that I paid? Absolutely not.
It's stigmatized if you're not going to school anymore.
People are kind of scared to say that because it makes it seem like you don't really value education.
The college experience was worth the student debt.
I got to meet a lot of people who opened new paths for me.
The education I got was worth it only because I'm working in my respected field.
My school really sort of taught me how to think and how to be a functioning adult.
Get it because you want it and do it for yourself.
Save money.
Don't get a degree.
College. You've been told your whole life that it's the next logical and natural step after high school. And you've also been told that it is prohibitively expensive. College is one of the biggest investments of your lifetime, so it deserves your careful consideration and strategy. What you decide now will have a tremendous impact on your future, so think about it. Or you can just trust that I have your best interests in mind. Hi, I'm some guy. Here at Horton's Student Loans, we'll help you with the funding you need for your college's largely arbitrary price tag without worrying you with interest or credit ratings, so you can focus on the important things, like making sure you don't have any classes before 11 a.m. and that your dorm room is decorated in a way that will impress your high school self and embarrass your future real self. You'll hate them in 5 years.
It's tasteful.
You don't know anything about anything.
Fair.
One of the classes you could and should take will be economics, which will surely teach you in intricate detail about how you've been screwed here. Lots of stuff about inflation-adjusted pay increases, but it'll only make sense in the abstract sense because we've carefully designed the modern college experience to insulate you from real financial responsibility as much as possible. Everything about college is designed to trick you into thinking you're an adult when really it's closer to adult training wheels, or, to put it more bluntly, to keep children safe. Your one student loan, which you won't have to start paying or even look at until you graduate, covers your housing and most of your groceries, so you won't need to learn how to budget for these fundamental human necessities until you graduate, can't get a job, and your parents start charging you for both.
No, when I leave college, I'll have a high-paying job. I mean, that's what you're paying for when you go to school. You're buying a degree that makes you qualified for a good job.
Well, that's what I've certainly convinced you is true. In reality, the national student loan debt is at $1.2 trillion, which translates to a whole lot of fancy graduates who don't have jobs that can actually pay back the loans we forced them to take out.
But...
no. Hey, you're not so unprepared for the real world after all.
You should allow a few working days for the funds to be paid into your bank account. It's that easy.
Before the start of term, you'll want to make sure your student finance is sorted.
What's going on?
I have about $20,000 in debt. Roughly $30,000 in student debt. Between $65,000 and $70,000. I struggle with that. When I say that I think people should pay the amount of money that I paid, absolutely not.
Get it because you want it and do it for yourself. Save. Save money. Don't get a degree.
You should allow a few working days for the funds to be paid into your bank account. It's that easy.
Don't get a degree.
It's that easy.
I didn't say it.